Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands. That's Ace Sunglasses, the shades of true champions. And don't forget to subscribe to Straight Outta Jersey, hosted by Jersey Jay-Z.
So, Mike, last time we talked,
Yeah.
we were going through a bunch of things. I wanted to ask your opinion, and I know a bunch of the boys, on Vince McMahon. Obviously, he's going through a lot.
Right.
Kevin Nash is a friend of mine. You know, he told me he loves Vince no matter what's going on. He loves Vince. How do you feel towards Vince?
Man, Vince employed me, and Vince and the family. You know, I go back from '85, even a little bit earlier than that with Gorilla Monsoon. But you know, I was employed for 35 years, 3.5 decades with that company, and they fed my family. And you know, I'm talking about the McMahon family. You know, I'm talking about Vince, Linda, you know, Shane, Stephanie. So everything was on a working level with Vince and I. So, I mean, you know, I worked for the company for 35 years. I did my job. I showed up on time. I didn't miss any ring crew spots. I didn't miss any referee spots. I mean, you know, shows, I didn't fuck around. And, you know, I got nothing but good to say about the company, man. I really do. I mean, for 35 years. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about how I got let go and they didn't, you know, let me exit the company the way I would have liked to after 35 years. But I mean, it is what it is. That's the entertainment business, you know. Maybe I was making too much money in my department. I was making some good money, around $250 a year at that time. So my schedule was a lot lighter. But, you know, I was with the company for 35 years. I wasn't stealing money. But, you know, I think you know, and I was, like I said, you know, probably in the previous show, I was making like $350 during the Attitude Era. So, I mean, a year. Because I did two things there, too. I did crew and I did reffing. Did a lot.
Were you the senior ref? The senior ref?
Yeah, I became senior ref after, I guess, Earl left, you know. So, but, you know, in my eyes, too, when Earl had his thing going on, like, you know, I was with the company before Earl was. So, you know, of course, Earl came in with the Hogan switch and all that. And I was doing crew at the time. I was refereeing. I didn't make my debut on TV until '89. But, you know, it's I was doing big matches before I became senior ref, you know, Rock and Hogan in '02, and many matches in the late '90s and mid '90s. I did some big matches in the early '90s. So, I mean, you know, I was just glad to have my part and my role in the company and being a big part of those matches. You know, did I ever think those matches would be one of the most iconic matches that I've done 25 years ago? You know, no, I didn't think they'd be, you know, this popular now, but, you know, but it was just amazing to be a part of all that.
Was Earl Hebner a nice guy? How was Earl?
Yeah, I mean, Earl, you know, I had no problems with Earl.
Yeah.
You know, so Earl did his thing, I did my thing. And, you know, David was an agent. David was actually a referee before Earl came in. You know, like David did one of those big matches, you know, with Macho Man and Ricky the Steamboat Dragon. So, you know, he had that hell of a match there. I mean, I always looked up to those guys because, you know, David always took care of me. You know, he always was an agent. He paid me extra money for doing extra things. And if you hustled and you did things. So the Hebners were always good to me, man. I had no problems with them.
That's pretty cool. Now, obviously being a ref, you have your own wrestling school. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it's storytelling.
So tell me about that. Tell my audience about the wrestling school.
Man, brother, it's it actually, we started the first one April 20th. It was a one-day seminar.
Okay.
So we had about 15 students total. So I did about a 2.5 hours Q&A seminar in the ring. And then we did 4 hours, actually went a little bit more than that, about 5 hours of training inside the ring. So it's not just a Q&A seminar I have. So it's it's Q&A for 2.5 hours, and then it's in-ring training for 4 to 5 hours. So I get, I have a couple workers there, about 3 workers, and they'll switch on and off, and they'll work matches, and we'll work spots and moves and stuff like that. So we're going through everything, and I'm just passing on my 35 years of knowledge. I mean, So then we decided to have the second seminar, but a lot of people wanted a 2-day seminar because a lot of people were flying in.
Mhm.
So it was awesome. I mean, we did a 2-day seminar this past Saturday and Sunday on the 29th and 30th.
How do people get to sign up?
So they sign up. It's online. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. We're plugging it, social media. This guy Jay does a phenomenal job with the advertisement and everything,
Mhm.
all the social media stuff. I'm not too swift with the social media stuff, so
Me either, man. We're the same age. It's kind of like
I'm not that IT tech
technology is
guy,
catching.
with this fucking computer shit. But so he's doing a great job over there, and it's a great facility. We have a full kitchen. We have a lot of rooms where everybody could dress in. We have TVs that we can go over the matches with. We plug the phones into the TVs. We have wrestling on all the time on the TVs. Saturday and Sunday was great. So we did the second seminar. It was only a little over 2 months to do the second seminar. It was a 2-day
Mhm.
seminar. Man, we had 2 people flying in from Virginia. Another girl, Ref Rosie, coming in from Pittsburgh. We had this guy Adam from Bama. He came in from Alabama. A couple other people flew in from other places. The huge fly-in was a young lady named Ref Rach coming in from Australia. So she came in from Newcastle, Australia, flew 34 hours up and back to come to the seminar, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was an honor, man. And God, I hope to see her again because I'd love to really, her heart. And there's 3 young ladies in this class that have attended.
Wow.
And 2 of them that are repeat. They came back and her name is Ref Rach was from Australia, Elaine from in Florida, and another young lady named Rosie. So I mean, and let me tell you, man, it's like I have 3 young ladies that are so passionate about what they're doing, and it's
Mhm.
like in 40 years since I worked with Rita McLaughlin, like years and years ago.
Yeah.
And when I left the company, they started having women coming up in the
Mhm.
company. They started the women thing again with the referees. But I've never worked in 40 years of my life, been able to work with 3 young ladies, with women referees, which I think is phenomenal. And I just want to, I want to train them and make them the best that's out there, So we had about almost 10 students the first day because those 10 students were there for Saturday and Sunday. And then a lot of
Mhm.
students that were there for the previous course came on Sunday. So we had about 16 students total. Just a phenomenal time, man. And I worked, it starts at 11, goes to 4. So, we started about 11:30 roughly. And I went to like 6:30 every night. So both nights.
You hear there's a lot of wrestling schools around, but you
Right.
don't hear too many ref schools around.
No, you don't. And it just, with all these zebras in one ring at one time, I'm like loving it. It just makes me feel good. And I have like 3 students that they never stepped into a ring before. By the time they left those seminars, they knew how to slide down and count. They knew how to this. I was teaching them how to take bumps and punches and this.
Mhm.
We were teaching them everything, all the tricks of the trades. And man, when they left, they felt so happy, so comfortable. And they're like, please, when is it? Please let me know when the next seminar is.
Wow.
So, I mean, I got people that have never stepped in the ring to be a referee before, but want to be a referee.
Now, do you have any
And
connections to help them maybe get into? I'm sure you do to get into a bunch of independent.
yes. I do have some connections. So, I got to watch because, here referees are not getting hired every freaking couple months, every 6 months, and I tell my students straight up stuff. There could be some politics involved. There could be some of this involved,
Mhm.
but I would definitely try to get them to where they need to be, with some connections,
Yeah.
but I can't promise them anything,
Mhm.
because there's so much politics behind everything. So,
Yeah. What do
you
you look
know,
for a good ref? What do you look for when you?
man, it's just they got to have everything. They got to have their cadence on their counts are good. They got to move around. They can't stand around. They can't get, I'm teaching these refs how to protect themselves so they don't get buried. And the one thing they say to me, my Q&As, they ask me questions like they say something like, how do you gain respect? Because we feel like being indie refs, we're not respected at all out there. And I
Yeah.
said, well, you know what? You start telling them how to run a spot with this, with the referee, and you tell
Mhm.
them how to do this and what makes you feel better not getting buried and start showing them how to work with, because wrestlers need to know how to work with referees. It's not just referees needs to work. You need to know how to work with the baby face. You need to know how to work with a heel. The heel knows how to work. The wrestlers, man, when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, they knew how to protect the refs. Because if you put the heat on the ref when you're a heel, the heat doesn't go to the heel. It goes to the ref.
Yep.
There's so many ways to look at, and I mean,
because you're telling a story too, believe it or not. The
correct. That's right.
You know?
I mean, there's so many ways to outslick a ref. It's it's almost like a false tag, and the baby face is getting ready to make that tag, getting ready to make that tag,
Yep.
And right before he makes that tag, here comes the heel opponent in. Right,
yeah.
The referee goes to him.
Yes.
And then fucking boom, you got to get him out and get him. Boom, you got to cut off the baby face before he gets to the heel. Right after they make the tag, but you didn't see the tag, right?
Correct.
So you're getting him out and you're getting the baby face out, and I'm teaching these kids, okay, so then you have, as you're getting the baby face out, you turn, and then the heel behind your back just gives you the big like this. Then you turn around, go, okay, I didn't see it, but I heard the tag. But they outslicked you, they outsmarted you. You know what I'm saying? So the heat doesn't go on you, when you turn around and both the heels are beating up. And it's like, okay, one, get it out. I heard the tag. I didn't see it, but I heard the tag. Like little things like that. And there was other things like how long you should be with a manager on the end, that the manager is your eyes, because when the damage is done, the manager should drop down. When the manager drops down, it releases the referee to go back into the match after the nut shot, whenever the manager pops up, whatever kind of heat spot they're going to do. So much stuff to teach these guys and so much knowledge to pass on, man. And the class was absolutely successful, and looking forward to my next one in about 3 months.
How much is a class roughly for a student if they want to join?
Well, for the 1-day seminar, it's $150. If you do a 2-day seminar, it's $275.
Okay.
And it's right outside of Universal Orlando over there. It's right down the street from it's about a mile. The facility is about a mile from everything. You got all the hotels and restaurants and food and outdoor life. So it's in a great facility. We have an 18-foot ring, great studio, and we got plenty of room with TVs, locker rooms, and everything. It's got full kitchen, everything. So,
do any of the boys come and see you, visit you in the school?
No. I mean, some of the boys are busy and stuff like that, but I will have some of the boys come to the school. It's only been the second one, and working out some kinks here and there, and working out some things, always what we can do better in the next seminar.
Yeah, NXT is not too far from you, probably a training facility, right?
No, it's not far at all. Not far at all.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I do have some guys stopping up, but I just don't want to say anything and name some names. So in case they're getting fucking heat,
Yeah, that's exactly. Where else are you going to be traveling and visiting for some autograph?
Oh man, I got a show coming up in Jersey, baby.
That's right, baby.
Jersey, yes.
So hopefully, like I said, when you get up here, please let me know. Give me a call.
Yeah.
I want to take you out, get a nice Italian meal somewhere.
Sounds good, brother. I'll take you out. We'll definitely get out. Yeah.
When you come up.
So that's Fight Factory, right? And it's the one on the shore, man. It's a tiki bar, Martell's Tiki Bar, July 16th, man. So we got a nice card on there, man. It's a lot of women action. I know Santana's going to be there. I like working with him. I was working with him a lot in LAWE.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey. He's a Jersey guy. And so I like working with Santana, man. Real cool dude.
Yeah.
And, so I mean, I think Cardona's going to be there too. I don't know if he's wrestling, but I know he's going to be doing something on the show because he's recovering from his injury. So but it seems like a stacked card, man. It seems like a really cool setup. Real cool setup.
They're having a show up here at Contropolis in Seacrest because I'm going to be there with Keish and Mick Foley will be there.
Yep.
You're always welcome to come.
All right, sounds good. I get on the 14th, so I get on a Sunday. When is that? Saturday and Sunday?
Sunday, both of them. I think I'll send you the information and everything. I wanted to ask you, what do you think the current direction of WWE is headed to now with Paul, Triple H running it, and The Rock?
Yeah, they're heading into some exciting things, man. I could see Brock Lesnar coming back since I seen Paulie going through a table and rejecting the bloodline and
the bloodline, yes.
So I could see maybe when that's a setup for maybe when Brock comes back. Those bloodlines. I mean, they don't really need Paulie anyway to get him over. Neither does Brock, but I mean, Brock Lesnar. He needs Paulie as a speaking part. You know what I'm saying? So Paulie, Paulie's like he's just him and Paulie just go together. Him and Brock Lesnar, man. I love those two together.
Yep.
So we were talking about Triple H and Rock and everything. What's in the future for WWE? I think it's going to be exciting things, man.
Yep.
I think it's going to be, and with seeing Paulie rejecting on the bloodline, and which they don't need him to get over.
No.
But I have a feeling that Brock Lesnar is going to make his way back in so much time.
Yeah.
So
Roman Reigns too. I think Roman's coming back too.
Yeah, I mean, give it some more time for Roman a little bit there, man. Let him take his break. He's been running the road for quite a while.
Yeah.
He's been the face of the company for quite a while. If he dips for a year, that's fine with me, man. And let him come back and just you don't have to repackage somebody like Roman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let him take a year, get his wits back together and all that, and take care of what he's got to do. Spend the time with the family, take care of himself. He's champ for what? I mean, 400 and something days or something?
Long time,
long time. So, I think WWE's got some huge things coming up. If they go Netflix live and all that stuff,
I heard about it. Yeah,
that's going to be fucking huge. I mean, did you see the roast on Tom Brady with Netflix?
Yes, I did. It's very fun.
Bro, let me tell you, I got Netflix in my stock. My accountant called like last week or 2 weeks. He goes, man, we got to sell some of Netflix. It's fucking booming. I've always had Netflix. Wow. Even during the pandemic, Netflix went
right. Yeah,
everybody was watching Netflix, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna, and they're gonna WWE's gonna be on. I think Netflix, right? That's what they're saying.
Right, I think so. Yeah, so
be
on Netflix and they go live. I mean, it's just gonna be huge, man. It's another huge market they're gonna hit. So, I think with The Rock and Hunter and all that intelligence right there, all them years of wrestling and Hollywood and this, and they put I think they're gonna come out with some shit to blow our minds, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Man.
I mean, there's word. I mean, I would love for them to find room for Shane McMahon. Just please find some room for Shane McMahon, because I'm hearing buzzes and I'm hearing all this little shit around here and there that Shane might be going to AEW.
Really?
And if he does, it's going to be a huge pop. It would be a huge pop. I mean, it could be just rumor.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that Vince might start his own company. Who knows?
Right. So
who knows?
That's how rumors get started.
Yeah, that's how they get started. Mike, I just want to thank you so much for doing this. We've had some issues, but you are an awesome dude, man. You're an awesome dude.
That's all good.
Fellow Jersey brother,
You got it. Yes, sir.
Make sure, when you come up here, you visit me, call me. We got to go out.
Okay.
Take you out. Where else can they find you? On Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram. Yep. And they can find me on Twitter at MJC Chioda, CHIODA, and Facebook. I don't get on too much, but I am on Instagram and Twitter more often, but X or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so they can find me on that too, man.
And the ref school, it's in Tampa, correct? What's the address?
Yes, yeah, it's over in Storyteller. It's in Orlando. It's in Orlando, Florida. So yeah, I reside in Tampa, so it's not a far drive for me, and it's right outside Universal Studios off Kings Point Road. And like I said, we have a great facility there, and I think it's going to be a huge thing coming up. And we got
you also have these shirts you sell.
Yeah, I got shirts on Pro Tees.
The third man
in the ring. Yep, the ref my childhood. So I mean, everybody always said, "Yeah, you're the third man. You're always the third man in the ring." I got to come up with a shirt like that. Then I'm always going places, and people go, "Man, you were the ref from my childhood." Yeah, it makes me feel old, right? Because these guys are about the same age as me, and I'm going, holy shit. I'm like, well, let me come up with a shirt like that. The ref my childhood.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty funny.
So man. Got my first action figure that finally came out. So
who did it? Who did the action figure?
Figure Collections did it. So Figure Collections. Yeah. So they did a nice job, man, on the retro one, man, from the 80s and 90s. So.
Oh man. Do you have the little mullet going on like you did back
they got that. They got the mullet and everything, bro. Got everything.
I remember when you had those.
Yeah, it's not the box, but it's the little one right here.
Oh, there it is.
See that mullet? It's when I had more hair than now, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Well, Mike, it's been an honor. Thank you so much. I'm going to touch base with you. I love you, brother.
I love you too, Jers. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for everything. I will touch base with you later.
Yeah, man. Let's do this again sometime down the road.
We definitely will when I get some things more technical better.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, look, I'm not an IT guy
so
myself.
Much.
Yeah, anytime, brother. Anytime. Thank you, Joe. God bless, man. Have a good one.
Straight out of Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. Jersey Jay-Z is here bringing you some of the hottest interviews this side of the internet. So keep it locked right here and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z.